Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is War Thunder Wednesdays, and unlike previous weeks, this is the first time I've decided to show you War Thunder ground forces. And you know, there's a reason for that. There's just not that much unique about it unless you play Tank RB. Well, what do you know? This happens to be the very first realistic battle I had queued up in terms of War Thunder ground forces in quite some time. So as such, you're going to see me make a couple of noobish mistakes in this, and at the same time you're also going to see me make some rather insightful plays. And it's that great interesting blend of the two that made me go, you know what? Well, it's the blend of the two. In addition to, you know, this is the first time I've played Tank RB in a good long while. I think in like a year and a half, actually. That made me go, you know what? This is this week's War Thunder Wednesdays for you. And you know what? We're going to get this started off right. So remember, this is Tank RB, and I am playing it back in a replay file, so there's a lot more information on the screen available to you to render tactical judgments that, quite frankly, I didn't have access to. And the first thing you're going to notice is that the enemy tanks have the red identifiers above them to identify their positions. I didn't have that at the time. It tells you exactly what vehicle you're looking at. Didn't have that at the time. So please keep that in mind as I quite interestingly dirt my way around boulders, wrecks of vehicles, and try to keep my distance from allies just in case we get bombed from above, because, you know, in Tank RB, it can happen. Well, maybe not at this point in the proceedings, but it could happen in the future. And I begin this traverse and go, just to notice that, you know, that, oh wait, rocks don't move. And right now I forgot my procedures, and I should have fired the machine gun burst first and the tank round second, but at the same time, that was the iconic profile of a Stalin heavy tank. I couldn't tell if it was a Stalin 1 or a Stalin 2 based on that quick glimpse, but I wasn't going to risk getting hit with a 122mm shell, which would probably turn the front of my tank into hot butter and insert knife. So I have decided to stick with this pattern, and you will note something about this pattern. It tells you that this is BR 4.7, and the Panther D that I am in is firmly in battle rating 3.7. So it tells you a lot right there that, yeah, we need to be cautious. And two, because this pattern seems to know what he's doing in the area of the map I want to be in, it really does behoove me to stay close to him, because one tank on its own isn't much use to anybody, and two, it really does allow greater tactical coverage here, because I'm expendable, I can move forward, I can spot enemies, and if I can take them out, great. If I can't, well, there's probably someone who can right next to me. And two, because, not two, I forget which point this is. Whatever point, X point, is that because he's probably more seasoned in playing Tank RB, this means that there's at least one of us who knows what he's doing, knows the tactics that we need to employ. So at the very least, we have a tank and a half here against one enemy tank. Confirmed. There's probably another one over there that we're not seeing at the moment. In fact, I know there is, but that's with the respective hindsight. I didn't see that red blip on there right there. And by the way, it's one of those things in World of Tanks, you shoot the guns of enemy tanks, it doesn't really do a lot. Well, here, I shot that guy's gun. You see that star pattern on the front of his gun? Well, I can tell you what, he can fire that gun all he wants. I can sit here pretty much unangled, he will not penetrate me. the effect of a damage gun is that important. And 2, I really should have paid attention to that gun flash up there, because I could have gotten a much easier shot on that Su-85 instead of trying to hound after this T-44. And in War Thunder, you're particularly interested in trying to look at both the battle chat there, well, not really the battle chat, but the battle progression there in the lower left-hand screen as much as you are at the minimap, because it will tell you what types of targets have been taken out, which is very important when you're reliant on visual acquisition for the vehicles in front of you and trying to process who got a shot off when in the Allied proceedings and when they knock out a particular vehicle. And 2, something else you should pay attention to, when artillery is going to strike, because you don't really want to be around for artillery. It can just go right past your armor because it comes from above, where you don't really have much armor. Because armor good, rocks bad, artillery bad. But just in case you think my bad driving exploits are done for the match, oh no, we got more of that coming right up for you. But first we have an Su-152 and that dastardly 152mm gun sticking out of the front of it that promptly decides to do something harmlessly to my side. We'll put a shot in there, punish his driver, his gunner, most of his crew, and try to aim for the ammo rack. Don't get the detonation we'd like, but it does at least wound one more crew member, so the sea of bodies continues to pile up inside the Su-152 before we take it out. Goodness, is that a ZSU? Yes, it is. I kinda hoped I could get another shot in there on that guy, but didn't reload in time and he was just fast enough. So right now, what to do? I don't really want to go too far forward, because then I might overextend and the enemy can overwhelm our position and most of our supports in the rear in the form of a bunch of Tiger tanks. Oh yeah, the one thing I love about the capture point on this particular game mode on this map is it really looks almost like this convoy got bombed to holy hell from above. Nice touch, really and truly. I just wish there were more craters in the actual map design. So right now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to try to push up here. And I see the wreck of what appears to be an Su-122. Put some machine gun fire, because I learned from my previous mistake. It doesn't display on the hit screen, so I don't waste the ammunition there, and I take a big old hit from something. Well now, hello. Where'd that come from? Ooh, could have sworn it came from over there. But I think in hindsight that may have actually been the IS-2 up there that we now see in hindsight from the replay. I didn't see it at the time, so I was scanning the farmost corner where I was still protected and I could actually maximize my armor against while I was tracked. And we're able to get our tracks back up thanks to a very high repair skill. I think I wisely invested the crew points in this one, because the last thing I really want to do is be tracked there out in the open in front of enemy fire if I possible. And I'm sitting here looking for the person who was capping and looking for the tracks for which way they went, and that's when they highlight their position for me. Admittedly, that wasn't a bad decision on his part to try to take a shot in the side of my turret, because the Panther is not the most heavily armored tank from the side. But that comes with the caveat: if you don't penetrate, all you do is highlight your position. And right now, we're able to keep the front of the turret front of the tank towards this anti-aircraft SPAA. We knock out his front compartment with the driver and the commander right there, and with the remaining shot, we had managed to reload that high explosive shell in time to knock out the gun crew, and the enemy is silenced, but he did manage to take out our tracks. Hey, we're stuck. Come on, get those tracks back up. Come on. There's an empty cap just waiting to be captured. Come on. Come on, crew. You can do this. You can do this. Come on. You can do it. 3, 2, okay. You didn't need the countdown. Alright, let's go. Get in the capture. We need to capture this point just because I'm in no hurry to jump in front of whatever the hell was wreaking havoc over there behind our lines, and oh nuts. He's back for revenge. Okay. Back up. Back up, back up, go forward, turn a little bit, go back, go back, go back, go forward, 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 gun it, driver, turn. Did he drop a bomb? Did he drop a bomb? I don't see it. I don't see one. Okay, we're in the clear. It'd have gone off by now, and oh damn, there's that tank that we've been looking for this entire match. Not the entire match, but for the last few minutes. We've been looking for this guy. Okay. Did a quick scan to see if he had a shot. I don't think he did. Gonna dive down into this little gully just in case. We're gonna do a little bit of side to side here just as a precaution in case he has friends. And right now we're gonna see about possibly if this guy has come down into this little pass between these two formations. I don't see him. I don't see him. At the time, I didn't see there was no red blip there, so I had this in my mind. Where is he? And this is what was going through my head. A cunning man wouldn't stick his gun barrel out of the same area 2 shots in a row. Not if he's already been highlighted to the enemy. He won't do that. I'm assuming that this IS-2 is playing like a forward sniper. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to flank him. I'm going to try to shift the fight on him just in case he relocated. Just in case he's going to display a little bit of creativity in this. And I'm looking around, just checking my 6, making certain that he doesn't just pop out of nowhere. Because, you know, Russian magic. Soviet black magic. It's like the black magic that is able to make KV-2 shells amazingly accurate in every game that a KV-2 is present. It's magic. Strange magic it is. So again, we're being a little... I don't think in hindsight that I should have been as passive as I was in this case, but at the same time, I don't know if he's alone, if the 1 or 2 remaining enemy tanks besides him are over here. I mean, it seems to be a fairly wise assumption considering the formation that my team is currently occupying, controlling all of what is effectively the western end of the map, and that means that I would assume that most of the enemy team is deployed east. So maybe swinging out this way, if he does have friends, while they will spot me for having gone this far and being this sneaky, I could possibly remove an enemy tank before it becomes an issue. Even if it does spoil my attempt on that IS-2 that we saw earlier. But at the same time, given the points there, I don't think I'm going to see that chance. And that ends the match, unfortunately. Well, I'm not going to spend too much time dwelling on this particular match, and it was actually quite a surprise to come out number 2 on the team, considering that I haven't played Tank RB in maybe a year and a half. Apparently, I still remember how to do this. I think I'm going to get more into this. Maybe a little bit more paced on this, and particular set of game modes, I'm definitely interested in the fact that it's combined arms, and that's a very interesting aspect to War Thunder and worth looking into a little bit more. As such, it's probably going to see a little bit on the channel. Let me know in the comments if you'd prefer more of the air RB, the tank RB, arcades, modes, whatever. Just let me know. I will add the caveat to that I am not nearly practiced enough to fly simulator events, so that's going to be the one restriction on that. But please let me know. There's probably also some limitations on the tanks that I can bring, but we'll see what we can do about that in the near future. It seems to be catching my attention once again, so please just drop me a comment and let me know what you'd like to see more on the channel. I may consider expanding it outside of my usual War Thunder Wednesdays if there's enough interest. So just let me know. I'd love to put the U into YouTube. Well, thank you for having bared with me for a little over 16 minutes at this point. If you happen to like the video, please consider giving it a like down below. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd like to see you around the channel more often. The content to come is a few subscriber and community spotlight videos from World of Warships. There's going to be some more Armored Warfare content early next week, and the usual War Thunder Wednesdays will resume as promised on Wednesdays, unless you let me know in the comments that you want more of it. Anyway, thank you for having bared with me at this point. So thank you, and good day.